The letter. Sitting in the quiet corner of her favorite coffee shop, Emma stared at the blank page in front of her. The hum of conversations, the soft clinks of cups, and the rich aroma of freshly brewed coffee surrounded her. But her mind was elsewhere, lost in a storm of thoughts. This letter finds you at a moment where you can pause and reflect to yourself one thing. Form is one that will always come first. She smiled at the irony. Form. Structure. Those were the things she clung to in her life, a comforting blueprint amidst chaos. But now, even that was slipping away. The universe seemed to conspire against her today. First, the spilled coffee, and now a pouring rainstorm that matched the turbulence in her mind. Everything was going wrong. She scribbled further. What else is going to go bad today? She wrote. Emma leaned back in her chair, shaking her head at the memory. The cruel girl, as she called her, had a way of making Emma question her decisions, constantly challenging her, never letting her forget her flaws. Even after securing a permanent position at the firm, the anxiety never left her, and Cruel remained a thorn in her side. Now I have to find some peace in my mind, she wrote, hoping the simple act of putting her thoughts on paper would help her sort through the clutter. But even now, memories kept flashing back, quick, unexpected blinks of her old life, her old self. It wasn't long ago that Emma thought she had it all figured out. Life was supposed to follow a clear path, study, work, succeed. But somewhere along that path, she'd lost herself. She had detached, drifted away from the person she once knew, from the life she had planned. As the weeks passed, it became harder to ignore. Somewhere out there, beyond these moments of chaos, I found a space where I was no longer tied to form, she mused. The rain outside was beginning to let up, but the clouds still hung heavy in the sky, much like the unresolved questions weighing on her mind. And what clicked back into place, she wrote with a final stroke of her pen, was the image of the house and the feeling of home, the sense of being grounded in something more, something beyond form and routine. With that thought, Emma folded the letter carefully and tucked it into her journal. She wasn't sure what the next step would be, but for the first time in a while she felt lighter. There was clarity now, not just in the words she had written, but in the simple truth they had led her to. Sometimes, finding yourself again is as much about letting go as it is about holding on. The end conclusion. This short story expands on the themes in the original text: self-reflection, inner struggles, and the quest for clarity in the midst of life's challenges.